What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, guys. So we do have VIX exactly where I wanted it to be. All right. I was telling you guys over here, I was completely open to QQQ. Well, I said in my last night's update, I was completely open to QQ going up for another high. Doesn't mean it's going to be a higher high. Doesn't mean it's going to be a lower high. I was just open to it strictly because QQQ was all the way up here, right? The RSI, we just typically do not see big bounces come unless you're you got the 4-hour RSI all the way down here in oversold territory. So we are currently now getting down to that spot. We're also in the same spot where you had the last two significant bounces on Mr. VIX. Now, I do also want to point out you are down 12% on the day on Mr. VIX, which I do believe that gives a buy signal over the next two trading sessions on the S&P 500. Could be wrong on that one. Maybe it's sell signal. All right. Let me know in the comments if I got that one wrong. All right. Let me know. But either way, guys, we are coming in support over here on Mr. VIX. And this is exactly the condition I was waiting on. And now we have that taking place right now. And as you can see, all right, even your daily RSI is getting all the way down here. Your CCI is in the same spot it bounced from last time. And the time before that. So we have the 4-hour and the daily conditions all matching up with the last two big bounces. I'm just going to say right now, I would be sketched that you were, going to see a cool off over here, and you're going to see VIX starting to rise. All right, now going over to QQQ, let's just get rid of all this and just go over the daily time frame real quick. So you have a bullish engulfing candlestick right here, and your RSI is coming all the way back up here, 274. All right, we hit a high the other day of 75.26. If you do, obviously come up here above this high of, what is this? This is 353.93. You are going to form a divergence high here on your CCI. There would be a triple bearish divergence going on. We would have the a similar setup to what went on over here. Now, I've been telling you guys, hey, I don't know how big the sell is going to be. I don't know if it's just going to be pullback. I have absolutely no idea. What I do know is I'm going to find it really sketch if we just keep rallying without pulling back to this August high. I really do want to see a test of this August high. That is like if you're going to go further, and I'm just going to say right now, all right, we did not have sell in May and go away, all right, and we do have this debt ceiling debacle going down right now. And again, all right, we talked about this last week. Both scenarios seem to have been bad, and I could be misinterpreting that, but yeah, the market is rallying its butt off with the weekly RSI over here at 70. You're actually above 70 now. You're at 71. And then you have the daily RSI doing the same. I pointed out in last night's Webull update, last 3 times you got up here, you didn't hang out. You just didn't. You didn't hang out here much longer. You did have this thing over here where, you had this there, and then you sold off a little bit, and then you came back up. But guess what? We already did that. And we have the RSI being at the highest it's been since before the bear market. All right, does this open up the possibility maybe we're not in a bear market? I don't know. That's why I've been telling you guys, like, hey, don't make your decisions as if you know what's going to happen, because it's gonna lead to catastrophic loss. All right, if you think you know what's going to happen, you're going to be overly confident in one specific trade, and there you go. All right, if you're too confident on the upside and this thing rug pulls, there you go. If you're too confident on the downside and this thing, decides to go up for another high, there you go. It's just not something that I would be opening myself up to. And yeah, do what you got to do. All right. Now over here on SPY, I do want to point out that you do look like you are going to go up for a new divergent high here. I'm going to be watching to see if this bearish divergence holds here on the RSI. If it does, we will have a triple bearish divergence going on. Over here on QQQ, I am also watching for the same thing. I want to point out over here, where was it? Right here. All right, you see how the RSI came down, and let's just measure out that move. All right, that was about a $3 move, peak, trough to peak right there. Your RSI barely moved. All right, which tells me, all right, we can go up and bust through this high, and we probably will have a bearish divergence going on still. All right, so I'm going to take advantage of that. If we do end up getting up there, I'm going to add more July puts, and that is just my personal move. I hope you guys are really just doing what you got to do. Do not put yourself in a situation where you're going to blow up your fucking account. It's not worth it. All right, it's just not worth. So there's that. Now I do want to point out over here, all right, IWM is super oversold. All right, so someone actually left a comment yesterday, I think it was a Webull comment, asking about IWM. So here you go. If you are in the audience right now, IWM has its oscillators all the way down here. All right, your stochastic is down, it's hinging up from all the way down there. Whereas SPY and QQ, we don't have that same picture. All right, so are we going to see rotation out of these names and come over into these small cap stocks? And over here, what did I point out? DIA, that is what went missing. There we go. Let's bring it back up here next to IWM. There we go. Over here on DIA, I pointed this out the other day. All right, and I told you guys I was open to, hey, are we going to see rotation out of the tickers that are carrying the markets over here? And literally just we're going to see them rotate into the stocks that make up the IWM DIA over here, the Dow, the Russell 2000. I don't know, all right, but I am open to it. I'm going to respect this pattern if we do end up getting a breakout, all right? We've had other breakouts here on DIA, and you got to respect them, all right? You really do got to respect them. There's that. Those are my thoughts there. Let me point out. I'm going to point out what I pointed out yesterday, all right? And what that is the fact that we had NQ's CCI and stochastic all the way down here. This is why I was ultimately really open to that move back up. I just, typically, guys, you're going to see this thing align with QQQ, or you're not going to see it align with QQ, and one of them is going to prevail, all right? And QQQ, yeah, you're all the way up here, but, all right, this is something that, I'm guessing a mass amount of people trade just as much as QQQ. So its indicators are most likely going to be respected over here as well. What I do want to point out over here on QQ, though, is you did start breaking down. Now, if you look on the 4-hour time frame, we're going to have to see what happens here. If you do start to, absolutely sell off here and you come down and break this low, then yeah, that's proof of concept here that would be confirmation that would be a lower high. All right, so, but I do want to point out, you did make this higher low over here. If you're just strictly looking at the 4-hour time frame, you have your high, you have your higher low, and we're going to have to see where this thing goes. Maybe it does go up here, and maybe we have a higher high. And then, again, like, that's that. That's why I've been telling you guys, like, hey, it kind of is, like, it's in my personal opinion, it's safe to short SPY over here. QQ can do whatever it's want. I'm not going to say I'm not doing it. I'm just going to say, hey, all right, we don't have confirmation that this thing has shown any weakness. It's been showing strength for a very long time. We still can't even get a simple pullback over here on this. So I'm just going to say, I really don't think this move is going to be sustained. I think this is it's a parabolic move. Let's be completely real with this 330 to 350. You're not getting any pullback. Over here, you went from 315 up to 340, so that was a $25 move. And then you did end up seeing almost a $10 pullback there. We have not even gotten that. We went from 353 all the way over to 346. So this thing can continue. I just don't, I personally don't think it is going to be doing so. All right, I just do not. Let's get rid of these lines over there. All right, and let's, what's called? All right, right here, all right. Going to re-put this on my chart right now. All right, so this is something I pointed out in the past few videos. We are literally right here. All right, we're still right there. Can we get the exact bottom? Kind of. We're still right here. All right, so this is something that I think personally sellers are going to pounce on. I don't see a reason why we're not going to start stalling out into this golden pocket. And if you want to be going further into the golden pocket, you can do so. All right. I just told you guys, QQ has not showed us any signs of weakness this whole entire time. That's what I've been pointing out. All right. Again, I want to short this thing. I think this thing is probably going to at least have rotation out of it, and it's going to come into these other ones, like I pointed out. If not, we're just going to see a market-wide sell-off because bad breath. But it's either going to get better or it's not. All right. Both scenarios in my mind resolved in QQ going down. So if you got time, I think you're going to be good. But yeah. All right, guys, if you can continue higher on into this golden pocket, but again, I think you're probably going to get this pullback. Now, hey guys, it's time to use our new tool. I did not know this thing existed. Like, I knew it existed. Well, I didn't know it existed actually. I was tinkering around. And look at this thing, guys. This is beautiful. I've been drawing with arrows for quite some time. Like over here, we have our boom, boom, boom. All right, now we can just go back to a normal line, and we can literally just start using this thing. All right, so that is pretty cool. So I'm just going to tell you guys right now, if you do pop up for the divergent high here, or if you do pop up with a new high, it's going to create a divergent high. Maybe it does on this daily RSI over here. It's going to on the daily CCI, and it's probably going to on the 4-hour time frame. And I'm just going to be looking for the same sell that I'm looking for. I'm telling you guys right now, this move very likely doesn't have a lot of juice in it. Let's just come over here to Apple. All right, so this is something I've been pointing out. Apple is at all-time highs. All right, there's no No getting around that. All right. You're at all-time highs. And guess what? Who is going to be buying Apple at all-time highs? All right. If you have billions and billions and billions of dollars and you're the, you make up these, you're one of these big money participants. Who in the right mind is going to buy Apple at all-time highs with 2% of upside when you can get a T-bill right now for, I think the 3-month one is 5.6% or whatever. All right. Just who's going to do that? I'm just saying, like, this is a guaranteed return backed by the government versus Apple, the thing that very likely is not going to be busting through all-time highs, which, again, it's just speculation versus you have a guaranteed 5% return. Why would you not get that? That's what I'm getting at. Now you come over here, the same thing over here with Microsoft. All right, Microsoft is also, it's approaching all-time highs. All right, you don't have much upside left over here on this name either. So, oh, what is that? 5.7%, and you can get 5.6%. I'm just saying. Let's actually look at this. Right here. All right. Oh, okay. Okay, it's not 5.6. It was 5.5 the other day. We're close to 5.6. You can see that. But yeah, 5.4%. Again, who's going to take the speculative return that's very similar to this? And on Apple, it's not even close to this. Yeah, who's going to take that over this right here? I just don't see a reason to. So that is just my personal opinion there. But yeah, guys, all in all, I'm still looking for the same sell. Nothing really has changed here. I'm open to that rotation, but regardless, I do expect QQ. SPY, I mean, hey, if you're rotating out of those stocks, I'm sure a lot of the Dow stocks are going to be in the S&P 500. So don't quote me on that, but hey, you could see the SPY, keep up this little thing. You could see it come up to 525.50, the next gap fill there. I personally do think it's probably going to respect this wedge that it's been in for quite some time. And I think we're probably going to get that breakdown. Now, let's actually go over to QQQ. Let's just look at these lower time frames. All right, so QQ did end up on the lower time frames making a higher low here, and now it is making the higher high compared to over here. So yeah, 354.18 is completely on the table in my personal opinion. Doesn't mean it's going to get up there. All right, you do have this thing getting pretty overextended here. All right, you can see last time you got up here, guess what? You just kept going. All right, you just kept this. You had the parabolic move like we're getting right here, and then you had this slow grind up. And guess what? That move was from 346 all the way to 354. So yeah, I'm just saying, bears are probably going to be losing their minds if you see this come up here. I'm just going to say right now, like me personally, I'm not going to lose my mind. All right, I'm going to be adding to my short position. I'm definitely picking much closer strikes, but I will be adding to my short position if I do see another divergent high. That is a guarantee, and that is just because of the things I'm pointing out over here. I actually do want to point out DXY, this is the first sign of weakness that we've had this whole entire time. Just like QQ has not shown a sign of weakness, well, DXY hasn't on this ascent either. So guess what? Come over to the 4-hour time frame. You have continuously just made these higher highs and higher lows. You didn't once make a lower high or a lower low. What do you have here? All right. Lower low, lower high. All right, lower low falling. There you go. So yeah, I am going to be looking for buyers to step in over here, right at this, where they held the line over there. But I'm just going to tell you right now, all right, trend has changed over here in DXY. We could be getting a decent sized pullback. You come over here to the 4-hour RSI, and you finally are getting down to where you started this down there. And let's come over to the daily time frame. I think I called this out here on the channel. I know I called it out either here or in the Discord. You do have this bearish divergence over here on DXY between this candlestick and this one right here. All right, so that was an early signal right there to what we were seeing here. And then once you broke structure, that's just, the next stop was over here. And that's decent fall. Yeah, guys, I am looking for a VIX bounce. I'm looking for these things to start stalling out. I don't know where that's going to be. You could come up here. You could double top. You could put in that divergent high. You could make a lower high, and you come down here and confirm that lower high. I don't care. All right. I'm like, all in all, guys, I'm looking for over here. I'm looking for at least a test of this 340 to 341 range right here. Just because this was the last point of structure. You can just, climb off of this, but look at this. You broke through here. You came back and retested it. All right. Typically get these retests. And again, August high, guys, down at 330. I think that would probably convince a lot of the bears that the big sell is starting, and then boom. What if you get a sick, nasty short squeeze following that move? So what if it goes something a little like All right, maybe we do get a lower low, all right, or a lower high. Let's just say that, all right. But regardless, maybe you literally see something like this. All right. Oh, boom, boom, boom. Oh, you got to double click. All right, there we go. Double click. All right, there we go. But yeah, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we literally do see a short squeeze going into the June 16 expiration. But I am actually, let's come over here and let's actually look at the option chain real quick together. Someone pointed out, I think it was last night, that max pain for June 16 is all the way down at like 315 or something for QQQ. So let's just see what this open interest is looking like over on the call side. All right, you have 85,000 over here at 350. This is something I pointed out, I think it was about a week ago. I pointed out that, hey, all right, it is in the dealer's best interest to bring this thing down. All right, you can keep rallying here, but yeah, the dealer can literally pay out less people now by just bringing you all. I think it was down to like 325. I pointed out. I'm not saying that's going to happen. All right, we do have 2 weeks, and that would be a $25 move. I personally don't think that's going to happen in 2 weeks here. My personal opinion there, but I do think you could be getting that 330 move back to the August high, and then again we're gonna have to see what happens on the back test. But I don't think you're gonna continue this parabolic move without going back to confirm the parabolic move. Yeah, over here at 330, this is where you have more puts than calls. But look at this, 325. You have 56,000 calls over there. All right, it's pretty similar all the way down. Let's just see, all right, 340 to 40,000. Like, that's what I'm saying, guys. You like dealer's best interest, in my personal opinion, as of right now, you could bring you all the way down to 340, and yeah, you're going to be paying out less people than the call side. Let's come over here to SPY and see how that option chain is looking at this point in time. All right, I know you're probably going to have big put bets on SPY. That's probably going to be a thing. Yeah, you're not going to have calls over here on SPY. Look at that. Oh, this is June 1st. All right. Wrong expiration. I still don't think you're going to have too many calls over here on SPY. I think it's probably still going to be put loaded. Look at this. All right, so 90,000 right here, 87,000 right here, 415. No, guys, it actually is. It's all heavier all the way down to the down to the 415 strike. All right, so dealer's best interest to bring you down to 415 by June 16. All right, but keep in mind, guys, you do have this put wall over here. You're gonna need a catalyst to break through these things. That's just what I personally think is gonna happen, or what needs to happen. All right, I'm not saying it's gonna happen. It just needs to happen. Yeah, guys, that is the video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Everybody have a lovely rest of your day, and catch you.